Hi friends, I'm Emmy. Welcome to your Yogalates class. This is going to be a full body workout. We're combining the best of yoga, stretch, lengthen, and flow with the pilates, strengthen, and tone. All you're going to need today is yoga blocks. So if you don't have yoga blocks at home, we're using these as weights. You can use any light weights that you have. These are roughly 2 pounds. We are going for time under tension with our weights rather than a really big heavy pump. So I recommend lighter since we'll be doing a bunch more reps with them. So when you're ready, meet me on your mat. We'll begin this class in child's pose. So you're going to bring toes together, heels slightly apart. Knees go wider than your hips. You're just going to ground the forehead down. Starting here in stillness and softness, allowing yourself to connect to your breath, connect to your body. Noticing where you might be feeling a little bit of tension. Notice where you might be carrying some of your stress. Can you soften the shoulders? Get heavy through the hips. In this class, we move pretty fast. Our heart rate rises a lot, putting our body under that pressure, under that duress to get our workout. So I want you to be really mindful of your breath here. Your breath is what signals to your body, your nervous system, that you're safe. When we do start to get up into that high heart rate, that almost like a state of panic, your breath is what keeps you going, keeps you moving, keeps you taking this class to your edge. So let's begin here with a big exhale. Empty the lungs, clean slate, let everything go. Big inhale, start to fill the belly for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Big exhale out the mouth, sigh it out. One more just like that. Inhale this time, fill for 4, 3, 2. Hold 4, 3, 2. Big exhale, sigh it out. Seal the lips. Come back to even breaths. We're going to start to bring in a little bit of movement here. Just the hips start to wiggle side to side. You're keeping that child's pose shape. Just swaying the hips to the right and left. Think of shifting your body weight from your right hip to your left. And just feel your low back start to respond, start to soften, start to open up. Just warming up the body, gentle, gentle movement. You're going to keep the side-to-side movement. Keep child's pose. Upper body starts to sway side to side. Noticing the sides of your ribs, your shoulders, your spine. Yeah, good. It doesn't have to be a big movement. It's just a tiny little sway side to side. Just start warming up for one more breath. Nice, good. Bring it back to child's pose. Elbows lift off the mat. You're lengthening, reaching out of the fingertips. Maybe you can walk the hands a few inches forward. Feel all that length from your hips and your side bodies, reaching out of your fingertips, lengthening through your arms. Good. Keep all of that space. Start to walk your hands over towards the right side of your mat. So options here, hands can walk all the way off the mat. If that feels good, maybe left hand plants on top of the right, if that helps you get a little more sensation. And if you want even more here, think of closing the gap a little bit more between the mat and your left shoulder. So you're closing that left shoulder down, just breathe into that space. Good. Next inhale, bring it back through center child's pose. Keep all that length out of the fingertips. Hands walk over towards the left. Again, they can walk off the mat, maybe right hand plants on top of your left. Opening into the right side, maybe you energize that right shoulder down a little bit closer to the mat to get more sensation. One more deep breath, breathe into it. Big exhale. Good. Inhale, come back through center. And then we rise up into our tabletop. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips stack over knees. Right away here, find cat-cow. Inhale, you drop the belly. Expand across the chest. You're opening the heart, pinching the shoulder blades behind you. Gaze comes up to the sky. Exhale, you tuck the tailbone under. You round the spine. You separate between your shoulder blades. Gaze comes back. Good. With the breath, inhale, drop the belly down, cow pose. Open the front line of your body a little bit deeper. Exhale, you round cat. Cycle through these cat-cows, move at your own pace. Every inhale, dropping the belly. Every exhale, rounding the spine. And I want you to try to exaggerate each round here. So each round, exaggerate, getting a little bit deeper, creating a little bit more space. Feel the body start to open up. A few breaths to bring in any intuitive movements. So that can look like hips shifting forward and back. Maybe little side to side sway here. Just notice where you're feeling tight, where your body's starting to talk and ask for a little extra attention. And just move freely into that space. There's no right or wrong in how this is supposed to look, how this is supposed to feel. You're still just warming up. Nice, good. Beautiful movement. One more breath. Now let's bring it back into our tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We're down through the left palm. Inhale, right arm's going to sweep high. Open across the chest. You're reaching out of the fingertips. And on your exhale, thread the needle. Right arm sweeps underneath. Ground the shoulder, ground the arm, ground the right cheekbone. You're heavy on this right side. I want you to think of lifting the left shoulder up. So you're getting that nice twist in the spine. If you want even more, you can half bind left hand to your low back. If you want even more sensation, you can play with straightening the left leg. Long toes can stay grounded, or toes can lift. Find a little balance. One more breath. Good. Gently let it all go. Unwind. Left hand plants right underneath the shoulder. Inhale, right arm sweeps high. Open across the chest. Counter stretch. Big reach. From here, you're going to keep the space, the openness. Just start to windmill that right arm. Nice and slow. Feel every rotation in the shoulder socket. Keep the movement. We're just going to reverse it out. Creating space. Warming up. Let it be gentle. Let it be graceful. One more breath. Nice. Right hand's going to plant down. We switch it out. Inhale, your left arm sweeps high. Big expand. Root down a little bit more through the right hand so you can grow a little taller out of the left fingertips. And on your exhale, you thread. Left arm reaches underneath. Ground the shoulder, ground the cheekbone. Same thing on this side. Think of energizing the right shoulder up towards the sky. So you feel that rinse, that twist. If you want to add, take it a little deeper. You can half bind right hand to your low back. If you want even more, straighten that right leg out long behind you. Maybe you stay right here, toes tucked under. Maybe you play with floating that top leg, finding your balance. Trust yourself here. One more breath. Nice, so good. Then gently, we let it all go. Right knee plants, right hand plants underneath the shoulder. Big sweep, counter stretch, open the left arm, reaches to the sky. Big windmill circles, just like we did on the other side. You're opening into that shoulder socket. Every rotation, create a little more space. Keep the movement, just reverse your circles. Nice, so good. One more breath. Good, yogis. Left hand plants underneath the shoulder, just like we did on the other side. Inhale, right arm high, open across the chest. We're moving into our thread the needle, but we're adding the core. So on your exhale, right arm threads underneath. You're going to reach, sweep, find the twist, find the thread, but you're hovering the shape. Your shoulder, your arm, your head is lifted an inch, 2 inches above the mat. You're finding that lift by engaging the core. The core is keeping you hovering, keeping that twist. Find the activation. Now we drill that. Inhale, right arm sweeps high, open across the chest, counter stretch. Exhale, thread the needle, you twist, you hover. We're moving slow with control. 2 more times, big inhale. Yes, so good. Exhale, thread, you twist, you hover. One more time, inhale, right arm high. Exhale, thread the needle, twist, slow, hover, find the activation. Inhale, right arm sweeps high. Nice, good. Then from here, right arm's going to start to reach to the front of the mat. Still working our core. Gaze comes down for balance. Balancing tabletop. Left leg goes long behind you. So right away here, check in with the body. Your shoulders are square. Your hips are square. The way we keep the hips square is by flexing the heel. Toes point down to the mat. Pull the core in tight, flat back here. Big inhale. Reach a little bit more out of the fingertips. Create space and length. And on your exhale, you crunch and round, elbow to knee. Think cat in the back. You're rounding the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Yeah, good. Exhale, you crunch. Again, just 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, we're warming up. We're just finding that activation. Inhale. Exhale, crunch and round and hold. Isolate the shape. Push down through that left hand so you can pull the core in tight and round the spine a little bit deeper. One more breath. Big inhale, send it long. Stay right here, balancing tabletop. Find your breath. And then we counter stretch, bend the back leg. Right hand reaches back and you catch the left foot. So you're gonna start to squeeze into that left glute to lift the left knee high, to kick into that top hand. As you kick into the hand, let the right shoulder draw back. So let your chest open to the right. Gaze can come behind you if balance feels strong. One more breath. Good, then gently release. Right hand plants underneath the right shoulder. You're gonna keep that 90-degree bend in the left leg. Right away moving into our seat work, donkey kicks. You lower and lift, lower and lift. Yes, lower, lift. Really important here to keep a flat back. So tailbone is slightly tucked under to keep the spine long, and you're pulling the core into your spine. I want you to have a really strong flex in your left heel. That's how you tap into the hamstring, into that nice little sweet spot in the center of your left glute. Think of your smile line on your booty. That's what we're working here, center glute. Stamping the sky, flexing the heel. Just 5, 4, 3, and 2. Keep it lifted. Last one, little pulse, pulse, pulse. Yes, core is still in tight. Back is flat, back is long. You're just pulsing that left leg high, keeping that activation, flexing the heel, still working center glute, mind to muscle. For 5, 4, last 3, last 2, last one. Keep that left leg lifted. You straighten it out, point through the toes. Leg is really, really long. So lots of energy and activation to keep the leg as straight as you can here. Leg lifts, you lower and lift, lower and lift. Hips want to peel open here with the lift. Can you keep your hips as square as possible? Lift, yes, lift. Core in tight, back is flat. Notice, when you have your core activated, how much more sensation you feel in the glutes. Bring in that mind-body, mind-muscle connection. Center glute, lift, lift. You lift, leg is long, leg is strong. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg lifted. We're gonna rainbow over toe taps outside of the right mat. Center, left, center, tap right, lift, left, lift, right, lift, left, lift. So really hard to keep the hips square here since we're rotating the leg over to the right and to the left. But I want you to really try to keep that core active and isolate the movement into your left seat, left glute, left booty. Lift, tap left, lift, tap right. Lift, left, lift, right. Here for 5. Lift, right, tap, left, lift, right. Last 3, tap left, lift, right, lift, left, lift. Last 1, center, left, center. Leg is lifted. You're coming down to your forearms. We're almost there. We're burning it out. Point through those toes, really long and straight through this left leg. Right away, can you try to lift it a little bit higher, keeping all that activation pointing out of the toes. It's a baby bend and straighten, bend, straighten. Think bend and point. You're not here for long. Bend, point. We're burning out center glute and point to that little smile line. So good. Baby bend and point, bend and point. Good. Bend, point, bend, and straighten a little bit longer. Yes, for 5, 4, last 3, last 2, last 1, and point. You're going to lower left knee down underneath your hip. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, still working our left seat, moving into fire hydrant. Keep a 90-degree bend in the left leg. You lift and lower, opening the hip. Yes, leg lifts out to the left and lower, left, lower. You're still keeping that really flat back. really long spine, core pulling in really tight the entire time. Right leg is starting to talk because it's our stabilizing leg. That's okay. That's perfectly normal. We're working outer hip. This is targeting that hip dip area, so filling in that space. Lift, lower, lift. Yes, so good. Stay with me for 5, 4, last 3, last 2. Keep it lifted. We're gonna add a combo movement. So left knee crunches, left tricep. Inhale, curtsy, left knee behind your right hips go back. On your exhale, you crunch, knee to tricep. Inhale, curtsy, good. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to curtsy. Exhale, you crunch. Inhale, you curtsy. We're finding that activation, that strengthen, and then that lengthening of it out when we add the curtsy. This is combo movement. You can slow it down or pick it up, but I would rather you keep a slow pace and really feel the activation, the sensation of this move, rather than get more reps in with less intention. Just 5, you crunch, inhale, curtsy. 4, crunch, inhale to curtsy. Last 3, crunch, inhale, curtsy. Last 2, crunch, inhale, curtsy. Let it all go tabletop. Melt the hips back down to your heels. Child's pose, little sway side to side, and the hips, just like we did at the beginning of class. Feel that little release. Nice, good. Right away, let's lift back up. Tabletop, we got to take all that on the other side. Got to even it out. Root down through the right palm. Inhale, left arm sweeps high. Open across your chest. Reach out of the fingertips. Exhale, you thread the needle, you twist. Left arm's reaching underneath, but you're keeping that hover. So core is active to keep you lifted, to hover, and to keep you twisting. Can you reach out of the fingertips a little bit more? Good with the breath. Slow with control. Inhale, unwind, open up. Exhale, thread the needle. You twist, you hover. Good, 2 more. Inhale, unwind, open. Exhale, lots of core as you thread and hover. 1 more time. Inhale. Yes, so good. Exhale, thread, hover, twist. Inhale, open right back up, counter stretch. Then from here, left arm reaches forward. Balancing tabletop, your gaze comes down. Right leg starts to go long. Heel is flexed. Toes point down, back is flat. Big inhale, reach. Big exhale, you crunch, elbow to knee. Slow with control, inhale. Exhale, crunch. 2 more times, inhale. Good, exhale. Last one, big inhale. Big exhale, you crunch and round the spine and hold isometric hold. Pull the belly into spine, find a little more activation. Can you push down through your right hand a little bit more? Good, big inhale, send it long. Find your balance. Start to bend the back leg. Left arm reaches back, tiger's pose. You catch the foot. Right away, start to squeeze into that right glute. We're warming up the seat. Lifting that back leg a little bit higher. Allow the left shoulder to draw back. Open the chest to the left. 1 more breath. Nice, so good. Gently release. Keep that right leg lifted. 90-degree bend. Left hand comes underneath the shoulder. Donkey kicks. You lower and lift. Lower and lift. Getting right into it. We aren't wasting any time here. Core in tight. Back is flat. Yes. You kick. Lower and kick. Flexing the heel. Think stamping the sky. Every kick. Can you lift that leg just a little bit higher? You got it. Lower. Lift. Lower and kick. Yes. Mind to muscle. Center glute is working. Think that smile line, that cute part of your booty cheek. You got it. Kick. And kick. For 5. 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it lifted. It's a pulse. 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 Yes, back is flat, core in tight. Squeezing that center glute to stamp that heel a little bit higher each time. I know, I'm right there with you. We got it. Just 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Keep it lifted. Straighten that right leg out. Really strong leg. You're pointing through the toes. Leg lowers and lifts. lowers, lifts, lower, and lift. Keep those hips square. Keep your core in tight. Yes, lift and lift. Pointing through the toes, really long, really active through the entire leg. Lift, center glute, lift. You lift. Here for 5, 4. Last 3, you keep it lifted. Last 2. Last 1, right leg high. It's a rainbow. Toes touch left and center, right, center, left, center, right. Yes, left, right. Try to keep those hips square and center. Try to keep core in tight and stable the entire time you move through these rainbows. I want you to really bring mind to muscle in your glute so that your seat is doing all the work here, so that all the benefits go to your seat. Yes, center, left, center, right. Here for 5, center, right. Last 4, to the left, center, to the right. Last 3, left, center, right. Last 2, left, right. Last 1, left, right. You're going to lift that leg high. Bring it down to your forearms. Little break for our wrists here. Right leg is strong, lifted straight and pointed at the bend, and straighten. It's a bend and point. Yes, bend, straighten. It's a tiny, tiny movement and a really big point. We're finding that activation and then building that length to release. So good. Not here for long. For 5. Can you lift the leg a little bit higher? Yes. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lower that right knee down, and we're going to lift back up onto our palms, tabletop. Center glute is over, still working right hip. Fire hydrants. Lift, lower, lift, lower. So you're lifting that right leg out to the right. Try to keep the shoulder square over your wrists. Body weight wants to fall into the left side. Can you keep yourself center and square? Yes, so good. Outer hips driving the lift. Control the lift, control the lower. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted. Add the crunch, knee to tricep. Inhale, curtsy. Exhale, you crunch. Inhale, curtsy. Yes, exhale, crunch. Inhale, curtsy. You're going to take this at your own pace. So if you need to slow it down, since it's a big combo movement, do what you got to do. Again, like I said, I would rather you take less reps with more activation, more intention, more mind to muscle connection than more reps, just going through the motions, not really feeling anything. Inhale, curtsy. Exhale, crunch. Last 5, inhale, curtsy. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, curtsy. Last 3, you curtsy. Last 2, stay with me, curtsy. Last 1, finish it out, we curtsy. Bring it back to that tabletop one more time. Send those hips back into that child's pose, stillness, or sway side to side, shake it out. Little movement to release all that lactic acid buildup, all that activation. Nice, yogis, and then when you're ready, bring it right back into that tabletop. You're gonna tuck those toes under. Find your strong core here. Hips over your knees. Toes tucked under, tailbone tucked under, core and tight. You're gonna keep all the activation here. Just the knees are gonna hover and lift an inch above the neck. Find the core. Strong, steady through the shoulders, the hips. It's a little movement. Knees lower and lift, lower, lift. They tap and lift. Yes, lower, lift, core in tight, lift, lower, lift. Finding the activation so we can get the stretch release here for 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1, downward facing dog. Hips go up and back. Oh, feel that stretch. Get that release from all that movement, that seat activation. Add your own intuitive movement here. I like to sway my hips side to side. You can bend your knees, alternating which knee bends. Play with lifting one heel then the other. Nice. Few deep breaths here to get that stretch, to let all that sensation in the back line of your body go, and to maybe even warm up a little bit more. Nice. Good. One more breath. Next inhale, take your gaze to the top of the mat. We take baby steps, walk your feet all the way up to meet your hands. Once you get there, heel toe your feet out wider than your hips, big bend in the knees. Opposite hand comes to opposite elbow, and start to sway side to side. You can think of shifting the weight from your right foot to your left. I want you to soften the back of the neck, let the head hang heavy. Feel the spine decompress, feel the spine release here. Letting everything go, coming back to the breath, coming back to the body. Little moment to reset. Nice, good. Gently release the hands. Heel toe your feet underneath your hips. Slowly we rise all the way up to standing. Big inhale, circle sweep your arms to the sky, mountain pose, arms grow tall. And on your exhale, side bend, take it over towards the right. Right hand's down by your side, left arm's reaching up and over here. So you're lengthening through the left side body, reaching out of your fingertips. Start to bring in a tiny bit of movement. It's a little pulse, pulse, pulse. But you're staying soft through the core, the torso, the center. There's a tendency to want to engage that right oblique, make it work. I want you to let this be stretchy, let it be gooey, let the core be soft. Just feel the length, the opening on the left side body. For 3, 2, 1. Next inhale, come back through center, mountain pose. Exhale, left hand down by your side. Right arm reaches up and over. Same thing on this side. Find the stretch. Reaching out of the fingertips towards the left. You're stretching through that right side. When you're ready, start to bring in the movements. Tiny little pulse. This is active flexibility. You're soft through the core. Just finding a little deeper stretch. Every time you ease in and ease out, you're taking it to your depth. You're introducing a little more flexibility, a little more range of motion here. Nice. Last 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, arms reach back up, mountain pose, lengthen to the sky. And on your exhale, cactus the arms, 90-degree bend here in each of your elbows. Your hips are shifting forward. Activation through the glutes and the core here to keep yourself stable. Gaze comes to the sky. Big inhale, arms reach high. We drill that exhale, cactus, open the heart, lean back. 2 more times. Inhale, mountain, grow tall. Exhale, cactus. Last time, big inhale. Good, big exhale. Inhale, reach tall, mountain. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, you fold, plant the palms, step back to high plank. This time you're just gonna lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, hands stay underneath your shoulders. Inhale, hover the heart, baby cobra. Good, draw the shoulders back, expand across your chest with the breath. Exhale, we lower. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. There's little to no weight in your palms here. If you want to kick it up, you can hover the hands with every lift. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Stay right here with palms grounded or palms hovering. If you want even more, start to hover the legs. You lower, lift, lower, lift, activating back body. So good. Lower and lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Here for 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Push the palms up, lift up through table, tuck the toes, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Few more breaths to move, to create space, to open up. We're going to move through our sun A. We're going to build some heat in the body. Picking up the pace, letting it be a little more fluid, flowing with our breath. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or hop feet to meet your hands forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose, arms reach to the sky. Just one time, exhale, cactus, open the heart. Big inhale, mountain, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, you hinge. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back to high plank. This time, ride your exhale down through your chaturanga, high to low. Inhale, upward facing. So good. Exhale, down dog, hips go up and back. One more time, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, float, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, arms reach. Exhale, cactus, open the heart. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back to high plank. Take your chaturanga. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adding on. Inhale, we lift our right leg high. Bend the knee. You're going to open the hip. So let right hip stack on top of left. Start to take some big circles here. Circling out the hip, creating space. One more breath. Nice, good. Inhale, straighten that right leg out. Three-legged dog, square the hips, big inhale. Exhale, you crunch, knee to nose, a little bit of core here. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Yes, good. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to left, you twist. Keep it really high and lifted. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. We're going to rise up into our crescent lunge. Bring your block with you. So shoulders stack over your hips here. You're high on your back toes. Your block is going to come into heart center. We're moving into double lunge. So you lower and lift. Bend back leg, straighten. Yes, lower, lift. Double lunge and straighten. Keep the core in tight. Keep the hips square. So good. If you feel shaky, if you feel wobbly, gaze can come down if you need it for a little more balance and stability. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the block into chest. Bring it back. Crescent lunge. Big inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. So your hips are staying square and your core is driving the heart open to the right. Only upper body, head, neck, shoulders, and heart is what's twisting and moving. Your hips, your legs are staying stable here. Just 5, center. 4, slow with control, center. Last 3, to center. Last 2, center. Last 1, center. Start to hinge forward, charging crescent. Gaze comes down to the top of the mat. Then slow with control, we rise up. Warrior 3, keep that block with you. You're balancing here on your right leg. You have a little baby bend in this standing leg. Flex your heel, toes point down, just like we did in our tabletop. This helps to keep the hips square. Now you're going to take that right hand and drop the block down to the mat. Left hand comes to your hip. We're moving into a little RDL lift. So slowly we rise like a little teeter-totter, and then exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Ground down through that right heel. Feel this in the back of the right leg. Nice and slow with control. Exhale, lower. Just 4. Lower. Last 3. You lower. Last 2. And lower. Nice. Focus. 1. And lower. Warrior 3. Hands can come to the block or hands can come to your heart center. On your exhale, curtsy squat, kundalini squat, left knee behind your right. Good. Inhale, warrior 3. Lift it back up. Burn it out on this right side. Exhale, kundalini. Inhale, warrior 3. 2 more times. Exhale. So good. Inhale. One more time, exhale, kundalini, and hold the shape. Hands can plant if you need it. Slowly, we're gonna drag that left knee down the back of our right leg, and then ground the shin. Woo. Ground the seat, let it go. So we're moving into a seated twist. Nice little stretch and release here from all that work. So your right leg is outside of your left knee, left thigh. Right hand's gonna plant behind you. Big inhale, left arm reaches to the sky, lengthen out of the spine, out of the crown of the head. And on your exhale, you twist. Elbow comes outside of knee for leverage to help pull the heart open to the right. Good, keep that twist, keep that angle. Let's take it deeper. Big inhale, lengthen through the spine, out of the crown of the head. Big exhale, twist, work the gaze back, draw the right shoulder back. Good, again, inhale, lengthen. Nice, yes, exhale, twist. 2 more times, big inhale. Big exhale. 1 more inhale. Good, exhale. Inhale, bring it back through center. Counter twist, hands plant outside of your left hip. Lower the heart down, feel that little stretch. Inhale, come back through center. We're gonna plant the hands at the top of the mat, lift right back up into that kundalini squat. Left knee is behind right. Hands on blocker, hands to heart center. Slow with control, we step all the way back. Warrior 2, right back into our work. Deep bend into that right leg. You're not here on this side for long. Big inhale, reverse, lengthen through the right side. Right arm reaches up and over. Good, and on your exhale, side angle. You can take elbow to knee or right hand plants inside of the right leg. Wherever you are, you're drawing the left shoulder back, twisting the heart open to the sky. 1 more breath. Good, from here, left hand plants down at the top of the mat. Low lunge twist. You come high on the back toes, right arm reaches to the sky. Your hips are square here. Big inhale, reach out of the fingertips. And on your exhale, horizon lunge. Roll onto the blade edges of your feet. Your toes are pointing towards the right. The hips start to pivot open. You can stay right here. If you want even more, the hips melt closer to the mat. Right arm reaches back. I like to take my right hand to my right hip for a little hip assist here. Good, feel that stretch on the right side. 1 more breath. Inhale, bring it back to your low lunge. Twist, right arm is high. And on your exhale, side plank, roll back onto the blade edge of the back foot. Right foot steps on top of your left. And you're lifting those hips, rainbowing them to the sky. Big inhale here, just like we did at the beginning of class. We're adding that thread. On your exhale, right arm reaches underneath. Twist through the core. Can you lift those hips a little higher? Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, you thread. Just 2, inhale. Good, exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open up, side plank. Wild thing is your release. Top foot plants behind you, and then you lift the hips, lift the heart. Gaze follows that right arm overhead. 1 more breath. Nice, pass through that side plank. Make your way to high plank. Take your chaturanga to let it go. Inhale, upward facing, open the heart, release the core. Exhale, downward facing, hips go up and back. Inhale, take your gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, step or hop, forward fold is where we meet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, you're gonna grab your block, chair pose. Block comes right in between your thighs. So skinniest side of the block is in between your legs. They're gonna be about hips width apart. Weight is in your heels. You're having a seat in your chair. Arms reach overhead. Find that little tuck of the tailbone, long spine. Core is really active to keep you lifted, to keep you balanced, to keep you in this shape, in this sensation, in the fire a little bit more. So good. Weight is in your heels. Nice and slow. On the count of 5, we're gonna lower down to our high boat. Slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're meeting me in a high boat. So options here, heels can be grounded, heels can be lifted. Hands can be grounded, hands can be behind your thighs, or arms are reaching forward. Lean back, find the shake. Take this to your edge, but if your breath starts to get cut off, I want you to take it back a layer. More than anything, we keep our breath. Nice, good. Just breathe. The breath reminds the body, the nervous system that you're safe. We're moving into our core section here. On your inhale, straighten the legs, lower heels, shoulders to hover. Exhale, we lift, high boat. With the breath, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you lift. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift. Just 5. We lift. Last 4. Lift. Last 3. And lift. Last 2. And lift. So good. You're going to keep this shape. Keep the high boat. Legs can stay lifted or heels can ground. You're going to grab your block. Take it into your right hand. Holding this block in this curl. Arms going to straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. You're leaning back. Still in that high boat. So good. Straighten, bend, straighten. We're bringing in the arms here, but we're working the core. We're leaning back. The arms are a distraction, baby. Here we go. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Bring that block back into center. Hold it however you like. Still leaning back, still working that high boat. We're twisting just right, center. Stay with the right, center, twist, center, just right side, center. Really strong focus here, working the right oblique. You twist, center, twist, center. Yes, so good. I know. I'm right here with you. We're doing the work. We're almost through. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. High boat. Block into your left hand. Lean back. I like to grab onto my back leg, or right hand can plant for a little support here. Straighten and bend. You straighten and bend. Straighten, bend. Leaning back. Finding that activation in the core to keep you stable. So good. Yes. Straighten, bend. Straighten and bend. You're almost there. Woo! 5, 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bring that block back into heart center. Keep that high boat. Twist left, center, left. There it is. Center, twist. You twist. Keep hinging back. Keep core on fire. Lean into the sensation. Don't be afraid. This is only temporary. So good. Stay with me. Just 5, 4, 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lower all the way down to your backs. We're going to take a big morning stretch. So arms are going to reach long and behind you, and you're going to point through your toes. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Feel the release in the core. Keep reaching out of the fingers and toes. You're going to lift your low back off the mat and wiggle your hips side to side. Feel the release. Nice, good. Bring your knees back into chest. Give yourself a big, big hug. Big squeeze. Good, then we're going to bring that block right back in. Still working. I want you to 90-degree bend your left leg. Block inside of the knee. And then right hand is to your block. Right leg straightens to the sky. Opposite arm, left arm straightens to the sky. You're squeezing into that block. Low back is grounded. Inhale, you lower. Exhale, you lift. So it's a fancy little Pilates dead bug. You're squeezing into block, into midline. Low back is staying grounded and flat on the mat. Feel your low core. Bringing this block in, squeezing with your inner left thigh into the block, really starts to tap into our deep core. You can feel it, yeah? So good. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, switch it out. Left hand is on the block. Then block is into your right knee. 90-degree bend here. Squeezing into midline in that block. Left leg straightens, right arm straightens. You lower, lift. Inhale, low. Exhale, lift. Lower, lift. Back is flat. Core in tight. Energizing into midline, energizing into that block. Yes. You lower, lift, lower, and lift. So good. Just 5, 4, last 3, last 2, last 1, and lift. Block goes to the side. Let it go, yogis. Arms go down by your sides. You're going to bend the knees. Give me a yoga bridge here. So you're going to lift the hips high. Let it be stretchy and bendy and back bendy. Nice. Good. Don't worry about form. Don't worry about core engagement. We're just lengthening through the front body to counter stretch all that core activation. Nice. Good. And from here, you're going to lower the seat all the way down. Heels are going to plant underneath your knees, arms down by your sides. We're going to take that bridge again, but we're moving into Pilates bridge. So before we begin, tailbone tucks under, core and tight. Abs are pulled in. Squeeze through your glutes and root down through your heels and your shoulders. Exhale, lift, lower, bridge, lift, and lower. Lift, lower, long spine, flat back, core in tight. I'm a broken record, I know, but it's so, so important. So much of Pilates and yoga too, but Pilates to get the work in the right places is alignment and spine articulation. You lift and pulse. Yes, lift. Flexing through your heels. So you're grounding down through the heels of your feet, through the shoulders. Hips, lift. Squeeze the glutes. Mind to muscle. Core and glutes, lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it high. It's a pulse. Pulse, little pulse. Pulse, rooting down through your heels. Core in tight, back flat. Mind to muscle. Think of that smile line we tapped into at the beginning of class. Little squeeze in that spot. Lift, lift 1 inch higher and higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips all the way down. Knees come into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, big squeeze. Rock side to side. Good. Start to rock and roll the length of your mat. Hands plant at the top of the mat. Step back to your high plank. Take a chaturanga. High to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hips go up and back. Let's take that work on the left. Inhale your left leg high. Bend the knee. Open the hip here. Little stretch, little moment to come back to the body, the stretch. Bring in those big, big circles. Nice, good. Opening up on the left side for 1 more breath. Big inhale, straighten that left leg long. Square the hips off. Exhale, you crunch, knee to nose. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, crunch, knee to left. Yes, inhale high. Exhale, knee to right, you twist. So good. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat. Crescent lunge, grabbing your block, you rise all the way up. Shoulders stack over hips. Really high on those back toes. Block is at your heart, double lunge. You bend and straighten. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Good. Bend, straighten. Bending through the back leg, growing tall. You got it. Core in tight. Long spine out of the crown of the head. For 5, 4, keep the hips square. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Crescent lunge, block at heart. We twist, center, twist to the left, center, twist, center. So the goal here is to keep the hips square, keep the legs as stable as possible so that just the core is twisting the upper body. We don't want hips traveling with us. If you need to slow this move down so you can really tap into the core, feel the sensation to drive the twist, take what you need. Do what you got to do. I want you to slow it down. This is your practice, your movement. I'm just here as a guide. Listen to your body. For 5, 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Block comes back to heart center. Crescent lunge, you charge, hinge forward. Gaze down for balance. Warrior 3, lift off, hover that back leg. Flex the heel, toes point down. Can you think of lifting out of that left hip a little bit higher? Yes, so good. Core and tight. Control here is going to be in your outer left hip and your core. Block is in your left hand. Straighten it out. Right hand to hip. Moving into those RDLs. You lift, lower, lift, lower. So you're trying to keep a flat, long back, long body from your right heel up and out of the crown of your head. Micro bend through your standing knee. Take your gaze down. Find an unmoving point, unmoving object to lock in your focus. That helps to keep you steady. Just 4, 3, 2. Woo! Last one. Let's creep up on ya. Warrior 3. Hands on block or hands to heart center. Kundalini squat. Right knee behind your left. Inhale, warrior 3. Rise up. Exhale, little curtsy. Right knee behind left. Inhale. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, kundalini and hold. You're going to drag that knee down the left shin. Have a seat all the way down. Left foot is outside of that right thigh. Left hand plants behind you. Big inhale, right arm high. Exhale, you twist. Elbow outside of knee. Big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Big breath out. You twist, draw the left shoulder back. Use that right elbow for leverage. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more times. Big inhale. So good. Big exhale. 1 more inhale. Nice. Good. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Bring it back through center. Counter twist. Hands go over towards the right. Lower the heart down. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Hands point at the top of the mat. Right back in. Kundalini squat. Right knee curtsies behind your left. Find your balance. Good. Then release. Right foot steps down the mat. Warrior 2, you cartwheel open. Adjust your stance. 90-degree bend in that left leg. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Inhale, reverse. Lengthen through the left side. Feel that nice stretch as you reach. Exhale, side angle, elbow to knee. Right arm overhead. Or left hand to mat or a block. Keep drawing the right shoulder back. Sending the weight back into the hips. 1 more breath. Nice, good. Then right hand plants at the top of the mat. Come high on the back toes. We twist. Left arm to the sky. Gaze follows the left hand. Big inhale here. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll into the blade edges of your feet. Toes point to the left. Maybe hips melt down if that feels good. 1 more breath here. Let it go. Good. Then inhale. Bring it right back into that twist. Last little push. Side plank. Blade edge of your back foot. Left foot stacks on top of your right. You're opening up to the left, lifting those hips as high as you can. Bring your gaze down for balance here. Big inhale. Exhale, you thread. You twist. You reach. Inhale. Open up. So strong. Exhale, thread. Just 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, bring it back. Side plank. Wild thing to let it go. Left foot steps behind you. Lift the hips. The heart. Left arm reaches to the front of the room. Beautiful. 1 more breath. Let's bring it all the way back to high plank. 1 more time. Chaturanga. High to low. Let it all go. Inhale, open the heart. And on your exhale, we're just going to have a seat. Woo! Good work, y'all. Last little push here. We're moving into our arms. This is where you're going to need both of your blocks or your weights or your cans, whatever you got. Know that you can also do body weight. And when this starts to creep up on you, because it does, before you quit, try dropping weights and just doing body weight. So we're going to begin. You're going to hold your blocks, hamburger style. Hold them in the palms of your hands. Start by bringing it in, out, take it wide. Serve it in, out, wide. Good. In, out, wide. Serve it in, out, and wide. In, out, wide. I want you to control the movement. So momentum wants to take over here. We're moving with weight in our hands. Momentum taps into the muscle, but I want you to control every movement here. Mind to muscle, core and tight. You got it. Just 5. Out, take it wide. Serve it in. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it out. It's a pulse, pulse, pulse. There it is. It creeps up on you. Pulse, pulse. Keep your arms, your blocks, your weights up at shoulder height. Pulse, pulse. Don't touch that momentum. Use your body. Use the control. Nice focus. For 3, 2, 1. Arms go long. It's a pulse. Pulse, pulse. You got it. Pulse, pulse. I taught this class in person yesterday. So body's feeling it today. You know I love you. This is how you know I love you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to switch your grip, holding your blocks like this. So showing your hamburger in front of you. Goalpost the arms in, out, in, out. Yes, in, out. As much as you can here. Can you keep that long spine? Can you keep your core in tight? The more activation, the better. The more body control, the better. So good. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, goalpost. You press, lower, press, lower. Yes, press, lower at any time. If this is creeping up, drop your blocks, take body weight. Same bang for your buck when you're just using body weight here. Press and lower, press and lower. Yes, press. Press, long spine, relax the back of the neck, unclench the jaw, deep breath, you're safe. 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Keep the blocks in this funny little grip. You're gonna come high, hips stack over knees. Hinging forward. Airplane arms behind you. Tap into your triceps. Proud across your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. It's a pulse, 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 pulse. Lift. Yes. Lift, lift, pulse, pulse. Hinging forward. Core and tight. You got it. This is where we end. Our last little push. So good. Burn it out. Last 5, 4, lift a little higher. 3, last 2, last 1. Nice, let those blocks go. Shake out the arms, roll out the neck. Good work, y'all. Little stretch here to close us out. Legs go long in front of you. Big inhale, arms reach high overhead. Big exhale, you fold over the legs. Catch where you can, toes, ankles, shins, knees. If you need to bend the knees here to help you hinge and roll forward, do what you got to do. Try to bring in softness. Deep breaths to tell yourself it's time to slow down. You can let go of that activation and just surrender. One more breath. Good. Gently rise all the way up. You're going to move into a figure 4. Hands plant behind you. Right ankle crosses over left knee. You can take this on your back if you'd like. We're going to stay lifted here. So long spine, as proud, as tall as you can here. And I want you to think of energizing your right knee away from you. If you want, you can bring right hand in and push it away. You're really going to feel that stretch on your outer right hip. Deep breaths. The taller you sit, So the less space between your right leg and your upper body, the more sensation you get. One more breath. Nice, good. Gently release that right leg down and switch it out. Right ankle left ankle crosses over right knee, hands behind you. You're pushing that left knee away, opening into the left hip. Grow really, really tall out of the spine. Breathe into that outer left hip. You can add a little sway side to side if that helps you to tap into the sensation a little bit more. Make these stretches your own. Listen to your body. Every body is different. So the right alignment for me, for practice, for yoga, for Pilates, might not be the right alignment for your body. We're all different human beings. So take what you need, adjust as you need. One more breath. Nice. Gently release, unwind that left leg. Coming into an easy seat. One more seated twist. Inhale, arms reach high, grow tall. And on your exhale, twist right hand behind you, left hand to your knee. Opening the heart to the right. Draw that right shoulder back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more time, big inhale. Big exhale. Bring it back through center, arms overhead. Exhale, take your twist to the left hand behind you, right hand to knee. Big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Working that gaze back. 2 more, big inhale. Big exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, twist. Bring it back through center, palms connect overhead. And then nice and slow, gentle, bring your hands into your heart center. Take one more deep breath, big inhale again. Circle sweep your arms to the sky. Bring in all that energy you brought. You created, palms touch. Exhale, guide your hands down to heart center. Take it all in. The light, the love, the truth in me sees, honors, is the same as the light, the love, the truth in each and every one of you. Namaste, yogis. Thumbs connect to your third eye as we bow. Thank you for joining me in this Yogalates class. I hope you're feeling strong, powerful, so capable in your body. This wasn't easy what we did, so credit to you. Thanks so much, and I'll see y'all next time.